Next time somebody approaches you, don't be carried away by looks. Go and ask God, is this consistent with your plan? You know the reason why we water down the subject now and teach it based on feeling and psychology is because we know we are not raising spiritual men. We know we are not raising spiritual women. If we tell every member of the church today, marry by discernment, people will marry once in 10 years. Because we know the disciples we are raising, they don't hear God. If we know we are raising people who hear God, who are sensitive to the motions of life, it won't even be a topic to discuss. Because the lady will walk up to you and say, yes, that guy came to me, but when I checked, he was not God's plan. It won't be a topic to discuss. Everybody will pick frequencies. And if we begin to give birth like that, in a short period of time, we will take over the world. Don't you know that in most of the dark religions today, in places like India, you can't just throw up and say you want to marry. Who marry what? They will check the stars in the spirit. Through astrology, they will check to see if there is alignment. It is on the strength of the agreement of the stars. That's how they will choose even the date of the marriage. And then you are wondering why they are taking over the world. Because they understand the place of spirit on these matters. So when they give birth to children, they can tell you who is king. They can tell you who is prophet. They can tell you who is a businessman. Because they have checked that stars aligned. And so they can pick the utterances of the spirit to know what their destinies represent. It's only in Christendom that people, you throw up from out of the street and say, I love this person's hair. And you are marrying because of hair. Marrying because of leg. Marrying because of buttocks. Marrying because of chest. When God is looking at things that were scripted before the foundations of the world. Because we have raised carnal people who don't have spiritual sensitivity. If you want to get it right, and this is not about happiness. So you can marry a man who will take you to Bahamas all your life. But you will raise children that are godless. You will raise children that may end up as swindlers. You will raise children, even if they have money, they will not be relevant in God's agenda. Because there is a distortion in spiritual alignment. It was not consistent to divine plan. God knew why he put you in Africa. And if you are spiritual, everywhere you go will be orchestrated by God so that you will meet that person. That's how God works. When I leave this world, I will go and pray. Well, if you're already married, the one you have now is God's will. But those who are not yet married, so don't hear me and say, Kai, could it be that sister God showed me and I rejected? Is that why I'm having problem in my house now? That problem has its purpose and I will show you. Anyone you have now, so long as you have gone to the altar, God designed this world so that he will respect your will. You have gone to the altar, that is now God's will for you. So build it by the help of the Holy Ghost. Something can still come out of it. I wish I had time to tell you my stories. Oh, God of mercy. Thank God I married a beautiful wife. But the Holy Ghost brought me to a place and I had to agree with him that even if he's a baboon, you show me, I will go ahead. I'm telling you, I'm on the altar, I'm telling you my dialogue with God. Because I had my own specs. You know this idea of see, there are lots of garbages. If you are a spiritual man and you want to fulfill God's purpose, you know there is the perfect way, there's the acceptable way and the good way. Many people will go to heaven with acceptable way, and then they will discover the disalignments they created because they allowed their emotions to lead their lives.